This is Eyes on America. I'm Bas Truth with Abdullah. Today, I'm going to speak about the war in Middle East, Iran, Israel, and US. Talking about Middle East problems is very sophisticated and very difficult. You have to know the culture and you have to know the circumstances that the people living in it that causes the problem. The problem we have today in Middle East is creating discomfort for every person in Middle East. When I saw the news this week and how the people summarize and how the people reacted, it is completely confusion for a lot of people. What's happening in Middle East is created absolutely by no good circumstances. The war in Middle East right now, it is not a legitimate reason for it to happen. Some people today, they want this war to continue. And this war, for it to continue, it will cause nothing more other than tragedy. For those people who truly think the United States has to pursue this war with Iran, I want to know what makes them think the continuation for this war would benefit any person. What's the reason for this war to continue? I don't see any reason for this war to continue. And I'll explain why. Evaluation for this war based upon two factors. You want to win a war. This war is not a war that can be won by fight. It's impossible to win this war by fight. Agreement that presented to the administration after studied by the Iranian side, the Arab side, and the Prime Minister of Pakistan. The agreement that carried by the pro Kirchner and Witkoff is the best agreement for this problem. I will explain why. We want to war. I will explain why. Don't get mad. It's the best agreement. And going to war is wrong, and I'll explain to you why. We went to war with the support of Israel for 40 days. Knocked out every piece of equipment that constitute threat for Israel. We completely destroyed everything that's standing. Missiles, missile launchers, everything that we saw. We left three things: power plants, water purification plants, and people keep saying desalination plant. Desalination is let me correct this. Desalination is the purification of water storage water. Storage water, that's a desalination. You don't want to drink that. You can use it for washing, you can use it for. But the correct terminology is water purification plants. So we left these three plants. This, we left it for the benefit of the people, for the people to use. Power plants, water purification plants is necessary thing for the civilian to use. You don't want to do that. You don't want to touch those. Those are not with the military significance. If you try right now to go and take this down, you want a war. This is the only thing that left. If you try to go and take this down, do you know what's the effect? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? If we took this down, Iran has a right to knock down every water purification and every energy plant and every plant in the state of Israel, and every oil field and every oil refinery and every oil producing facility in Arab countries, every water purification plant in Arab countries, completely. We go there for 2 hours mission to take this down, and then Iran will definitely destroy everything that could put hands on it, and the world will go to catastrophe for 25, 30 years to recover. Have you ever thought about that? You don't know much about war, and you opposes to everything that people suggest. This is not a war that you can win by fight. This is a war that you can win by diplomacy. This is not a war you can go and kill everyone and win it. Killing everyone is not going to make you win a war, but killing the idea, convincing the people with what they're doing is not right. Winning the idea with understanding. You sit down and talk and understand back and forth to reach a solution. You cannot win this war by fight. Opening the strait cannot be opened. It's impossible to open a strait without the Iranian agreement, unless the Iranians say, okay, we agree with you to open the strait. The strait will not be open. You cannot escort a slow moving vessel from Hormuz to the ocean at 500,000 miles to escort a slow moving vessel with one or two frigates, one of two frigates supported aerial by a low flying Apache helicopter going in a kill zone 500 miles, vulnerable for kill zone that's supported by surface to surface missiles, drones, and high-speed unmanned boats for 500 miles. Anyone, any one of these three pieces, frigate or the ship that escorted, or the Apache or that escorting, so looking out as area support for frigates, any one of them, if it hit, that will cause more than the ship you escorting to safety. Why you want to go to war? Who want to escort a ship that for 7 hours to be vulnerable for kill, easy kill? This is easy kill. When you sit and oppose to the administration without knowing what you're talking about, you just let's go, without knowing about how the war is conducted and how the prime minister of Afghanistan conducted his convincing style to make these people just agree to talk. Many times he tried to make them talk. They did not want to talk. And then finally they agreed to talk. And they came with an idea. What's the priority? You have two priorities in this problem. You have realistic priority, which is governed by the realistic rules and regulation of the war right now, dominant control of the Iranian over the Hormuz Strait, and political priority to please our friends in Israel by discussing the uranium as a priority, or discussing and the reality is we have to discuss the Strait of Hormuz opening as a priority. We have in this hand Hormuz that affecting your wallet, my wallet, and everyone in the world's wallet, affecting every person in the world means of life, food, shelter, transportation, as a priority in one hand, and political second priority, I consider it, the uranium, enriched uranium, which we can, first, we have something on hand about uranium. Second, it is not something that you can solve it today. It needs a lot of experts to come and sit and say, okay, we dilute it. They can bring a natural uranium and mix them and dilute it from 60% to 0% or to 3.5%. That's the problem. Is not as urgent as today Hormuz Strait opening. Priorities are not correct in your mind. That's one. This is a problem that takes many weeks or months to solve, and this it needs immediate solving because the clock is ticking towards inflation in the whole world. A lot of people suffering in Far East, Asia, Europe, United States. This is immediate priority. You're opposing to peaceful solution that makes sense for a solution that make no sense other than pleasing friend. When you try to justify something, all the necessary facts and face it without, as I say always, without taking sides. This no commander, no commander that no military doctrine want to escort a vessel that make his troops vulnerable. If he really cares and he studied his books about risk analysis, it doesn't worth it. You have three pieces moving together and you have a guy hiding over there. He has nothing else other than to push a button. That guy is willing to accept talking. It's good. Who got a chance like that? Why you want to throw it away? This is not a war to win by fight. This is a war almost won by a signature. You have to think without anger, without biases, without thinking. My friends, our friends in Israel are young, unexperienced. They infatuated by power and United States support. They're very powerful and they're supported by the most powerful country in the world, the United States. Power, infatuation, and use of power on a weak is not something that go lightly. European did not support this war because no legit excuse for this war. European understood the war had to be conducted for a reason. The Second World War made it clear to them the war is not to be conducted because you're powerful. Hitler power could have enabled him to take the entire world. He directed upon his people he don't like, and he directed to dominate the world. Most person, most race took the plunge. These are Jews. 6 million Jews hunted in every city alley, in every city grove, in every city suburb, and taken to Auschwitz, gassed half an hour from their arrival. Half an hour from their arrival, hungry, confused, killed by gas. Starved to death, the rest of them, and burned. 3,000 children, Jewish children, used as a guinea pigs to test diseases on twins. They took 3,000 twins to make them guinea pigs to test diseases on them. They take this twin, they inject him by disease, and they put him with his brother to see when he gonna get the thing is the disease contagious or not, and then to try on them and to try on them medication. By the time they are alive, able to help European to stop this crazy power. Less than 300 of these 3,000 children are survived. Jews took the hurt, but European understood using power for no reason. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. It is not something that any person in the world today be proud of. European understood that. Is Likud party understood that? Prime Minister party, did they understood that? Today, there are facts. There are facts in life. Hurts. When you discuss it seriously, it hurts. Killing 72,000 in Gaza. Carpet bombing Gaza, every standing building. We flip the picture. You strong, you powerful, you have a weapon, deadly weapon. I should be afraid of you. But you took my land. Either I chicken out, scared, run away, or resist. Resist you, you call me terrorist because I'm defending my own land. You the power. You have the power and you have the support. I have no argument. You will kill me. But still, I'm not a coward. Well, no matter what they use name me, kill me. And that's the reality. That is what's happening in Gaza right now. Every day, 50 killed, 15 killed, 20 killed. Why? Because they're human beings just like anyone else. You take somebody's shirt, it says, don't touch my shirt. That's what it is. They're human beings. Power to use power to take other people's things, it's not good thing. Now, same today, the war is different. Tanks and strike fighters are not the ideal for the world war today. Style is evolving, changing. Big bulky airplanes, big continental missiles are no good. Likud party need to understand this is a time for peace. Grabbing land by force is not cause but tragedy. Israeli soldiers today made themselves vulnerable because of the government idea of Greater Israel. As I said in the past, you entering a kill zone. Right now, you're entering a kill zone. It is not the same way 1982. Israel made it to Beirut inside. It is different. There is no way today Israel can do that because simple fact, The resistant Lebanese resistance from all parties, Hezbollah included, they have a very cheap drone. It is $600, or maybe I in that range, less than $600, $700. It come and it doesn't. It looks for you. It looks for you to find you to blow up with you. The terrain between Israel and the area that right now they're fighting in, it is totally understood to the Lebanese more than the Israelis. You putting yourself in strategic depths of fight, but you're making yourself vulnerable because you cannot see the person who's shooting at you. The person who's shooting at you who strongly believes this is my land and I will kill you and you kill me when you find me, hit and run. Different style than 1982. Time has changed. Time has changed. There are wars you cannot win by fight. You cannot win by fight. You have to sit and talk. To talk. Grabbing land by power and a power infatuation will not lead to anything other than tragic situation. All educated today. People today are not like people 10 years ago or 5 years ago. People can sit and understand and talk. You want land? Good. You sit and make contracts and have businesses. Buy it. You have money. You can buy it or lease it. But there are people determined not to let you take their land. Now, if we honest enough with ourselves and we truly want peace, we just sick and tired of what's happening in the Middle East. We want peace. We decide to have peace. How are we going to accomplish that peace? Good. If we consider hypothetically Iran supporting Hezbollah, supporting Intifada, supporting Houthis, pay attention. Pay attention to this point. Hypothetical. Iran is bad, it's supporting terrorism, doing this, doing that. All these accusations or suggestions. Iran went to Prime Minister of Afghanistan and to Qatar and to Oman, and he said, okay, tell the big man over there in Washington, I will stop the support for all these guys. Just like that. You blame me, you said I'm the guy who causing the problem. So now I'm telling you, I will stop all these guys. Just like that. You stop the war, and none of them will fire around against anyone else. Is that considered? That's a part of the agreement, because I watch news here. That's part of the agreement. So what's the argument? Then if we truly want this terrorism or heroism to stop. Can we review that point? We say, okay, hey, our friends, come here. These guys, they said they will stop these guys not to fight you. So they only want you to stay in your border. So you'll be able to do that. That will show the true intent. Who want peace and who argue to grab more land. And don't swerve around it. There is no other way. This is it. You want peace. This guy, he said he's supporting them. He said he will stop. And these guys, they've been here for 18 months. They did not do anything. And you've been doing violation after violation. And they proved that 18 months they did not do anything. So now we get a guy, sponsor. He said he will make them stop. How about that? Reality and imagination are two things. They never reach the same result. Because reality, this is what it is. And imagination, that thing that only the person who is imagining believe in. This is a time for our administration to shine like a star in a dark night and grab this choice and make the peace happen. This is a time for the big man to shine and make it happen, because that agreement is good agreement. If the true peace is secured, and I imagine it will, if we become truthful, because that culture is based upon truthfulness. It's not upon politics. Politics is not played very well with people in Middle East. Middle East, they want one word. You give it, because it is an honor system. They're going to hold that word against you 2,000 years, thousands of years. Culture is different. When they give word, they abide by it. So I think the people who oppose to the agreement, they need to calm down a little bit and know about the culture and have faith. Have faith to bring peace that the whole world is looking for it for 2,000 years. And this is a time, for the big man to shine. This is it. What you did, what you have in hand, go with your guts. And those who are screaming around, they have no idea how the things work. What this gentleman present, Witkoff, Kushner, and the Prime Minister, is a good thing. Is a good thing, because it is a result of a lot of talk. Uranium has things in file. We have things in hand in files about uranium. And uranium is not a priority at this moment of time. The priority at this moment of time, the opener of Strait of Hormuz, because escorting is not good. It will not happen. It is not any commander that no risk analysis, think twice to jeopardize an American troop life for a vessel that doesn't worth it, doesn't worth his life. And until then, I hope people to understand different in culture is very important. Solving this problem to every person in Earth today is straight of Hormuz, and the whole world in the big man hand. And until then, you have a great day.